So, what about that Will Smith apology? How did you feel about that? Have you watched it yet?
I watched part of it. I saw, who was it? Moist Meter Charlie reacting to it, and I saw he let it play. So I saw most of them just like, yo, it's like what, 4 months, 5 months now since that happened. And I'm like, is it necessary? Like, is it necessary now for him to come out and apologize? Like, publicly, we're already cool with it. It looks like a fame grift. Like he's grifting just to be relevant in the news cycle, of which I don't understand because Will Smith is.
And he did the YouTuber apology
Oh
style.
my god, the one where you start and you pause. I'm like, dude.
But I was incensed.
Why?
I was truly incensed. My blood is boiling.
What?
He apologized to Jada. He apologized to Jada.
No.
I mean, I could take the apology, right? Because I got mad respect for Will Smith. But he apologized to Jada. A witch in human skin. I mean, are you joking right now?
Dude, it's the mother of his kids. And no, hold on. Before you comment, let me finish.
Him
It's
publicly. She says she doesn't make him come. She says she'd rather be with Tupac out here in these streets. She belittles the man. She cucks him.
Publicly.
And then he defends her publicly. And then she threw him under the bus. And he still apologized to her. There is no African muti, no African juju that can come up with results like this. He's got mental illness.
I don't think he's got mental illness. I think he's got Stockholm syndrome. I think he's been trapped in it for so long that he's now affectionate with his kidnapper, because mans can't be whipped. Niggas never get whipped to this extent. Like at some point you get self-respect and say, you know what, listen, fuck this shit. Like
Someone needs to shake him and say, for God's sake, man, do you know who the F you are? You are the Fresh Prince. Huh? You're the man in pursuit of happiness.
Yeah.
You're Mr. Men in Black. You're Mr. Wild Wild West.
You're the only rapper to win a Grammy without swearing. You went and turned.
I mean, do you know who you are?
You went from being a comical actor to being a serious actor. You've got a filmography that is quite impressive in terms of just
I am legend.
You are the dude. Have some self-respect for yourself. This is what I was gonna say. The thing is, the mother of his kids, right? And I think my guess is this. My conspiracy theory is that whatever divorce clause is in their prenup agreement, whatever, is so robust that the nigga can't get out. The nigga has to literally. That's the only way, man. That is the only way.
She's a nobody without him. Someone needs to shake him and say, "Fam, you are this family, my man." She has put it in your head that you are a follower. You are the leader. The reason we care about Jada and the kids, it's not because of Jada we are here. Okay? It's not because of Jada.
Yeah.
It's because of Will Smith. And then we're like, oh, I like Will Smith. Oh, he's got a wife, Jada. Oh, and he's got 2 kids. Okay. That's how it is like. It's not because I wake up every day and go, I wonder what Jada's doing with her day to day. Hell no. The reason why I'm so passionate about it is because I'm going, Will, man, you're a black man. You're supposed to be like the top 0, whatever it is of black men. And you're out here being reduced to a cuck, to a simp, to a creature that is sad
but look at it. But look at it like this. It's the climate. It's the climate we live under. I don't know. There's some Beyonce song that Hansi, he's not handsome, he's got the money or something like that. And someone on TikTok actually said, is she talking about Jay? I think it's on a new album.
Jay.
Yeah, and I'm like, y'all need to relax. Like, I know Beyonce, you're a world megastar, superstar, whatever it is. But I know you guys have your marital issues. Maybe talk about that behind closed dours. Don't hype. And you can't go against the beehive.
Women are out here, they're out here talking crazy, fam.
Yeah.
Out here talking crazy. You can't tell me that I am 0.1 something, 0 point something % in the world. I am 0 point something in the world, right? And you're out here blasting me. If that's the case, leave me. Go find another Jay-Z. Let's go see.
No, go.
If Jada thinks she's so hot, why don't she leave Will Smith and try to go find another Will Smith? No. What I can guarantee you is Jay-Z can definitely find another hot piece of ass like Beyonce coming up. And one thing I can definitely 150, I would stake my life on it. As little worth as it is, I would stake my life on it. That Will Smith can find a woman way hotter, way nicer, way more agreeable than Jada. 110%. I'm willing to stake my life on that. And why do they let these women control them? It's like a dude who became rich. It's like a nerd who became rich. And the nerd forgets that it's his ability and his spirit that got him here in the first place. And that she's just, she's just on for the ride. If remove Will Smith, remove Jay-Z, Beyonce would still be a mega star. But the fact that she's coupled with Jay-Z, it gives them that little pop. And she's not stupid about that. Jay-Z could have gone and gotten another. The women are replaceable. They are replaceable, but they're out here acting like, oh my God, I'm here forever.
Seeing your misogyny is showing. Anyway. Yeah.
What do you mean my misogyny is showing? It's madness.
Nah, it's not a madness.
Jada, you want to be Team Jada?
No, I'm not Team Jada. No. I'm saying what I want to say was, yes, without the most important thing, someone said this on Twitter, the most landmark thing that Jada did was fucking Tupac. Without that, nobody knew who the hell she was. And then she got in with Will Smith. And then, again, this is what I was trying to say earlier, is like, Will Smith, as echoing your point, needs to realize his value, needs to get people around him that tell him of his self-worth, because this is embarrassing now. And also,
I honestly think that Jada took away everybody who used to tell Will Smith who he is.
Probably because I
heard rumors that he doesn't talk to that much with his family. If you kept your family close, if I was your brother, if I was Will's brother, younger or older, I would be out there wherever he is, telling him, my man, she is destroying your brand. She is taking you down.
Hello?
This is unacceptable. Do you know Will Smith, to actually get back to where he is, he needs to be, you know what, people, I apologize. I slapped Chris Rock. I was in a toxic relationship, and that toxicity made me feel inadequate. And as a result, I ended up, hitting Chris Rock. As a result, I think it's justified for me to remove myself from this relationship and go on to the next chapter of my life.
Jeez, man.
Wouldn't that be better?
Probably not.
Then he divorces her, then everybody goes, whew, everybody, especially black people, will be like, whew, thank God. Okay, Will, get back to making movies. All right, move on with your life, because whatever you give her, right, you can make that back. In a couple of movies, you go back, you make a couple of movies, you go on Netflix, you go on HBO Max, those ones are paying you ridiculous amount of money. You get back on track, you do another Bad Boys 4, Bad Boys 5, Bad Boys 6, your bank balance will be healthy.
I don't think not even that, because I don't know if there was an infidelity clause in his contract. Even before that, when a woman says let's have an open marriage, that is the first red flag. You'd be like, alright, man, I think it's over. I think we can't even.
They did not have an open marriage. She slept with her son's friend, for God's sake.
I'm saying if that had happened, why did Will then go on that red table talk? Because the rumors had been floating around that they had an open marriage. The problem, from what I heard online or what people were saying, maybe I was listening to morons, was that they were saying that the quote unquote agreement was that it would never become public. Like those dalliances would never become public. You do your thing, you do your thing.
Right?
But the
you
problem,
do your thing, I do my thing.
But the problem is,
then when you then bring me on your show and then emasculate me and tear me down to pieces, all we knew was that we didn't know that they had an open marriage, right? Majority of the people who didn't know that they had an open marriage, right? And although, do we know the majority of the time we don't know the women that Will was cheating on Jada with, because he kept that shit under wraps, right? But Jada is the one who brought him on the table, bang.
Not even.
Then she began to strip him.
It's not the table. It's
naked.
making that shit public. That was the problem.
Yes.
Why would she make that? Why would she even entertain rumors like that? Why would she be sloppy
Entanglement. Like that? I nearly lost my mind. Entanglement. You imagine if Will Smith had slept with the young daughter's one. What's her name?
Willow Smith's friend.
Willow.
Yeah.
If he had slept with Willow's friend, and then Will just comes on and goes. Then Will brings Jada on to his show, on his platform, and then he tells Jada, you know what? It was just, it felt good. It felt good for me
not even that. It's the feminist.
Willow's friend.
It's the feminist.
It felt empowering.
So imagine if Will had done that and slept with a younger woman. like tens of years younger than him, or even 15, let's say, at the least younger than him. People would
Bruh.
look at him.
They would have said,
"You're a
"Oh,
predator."
Will slept with a child."
Yeah, he's a predator. He's this, he's that. But Jada
Yes.
slept with someone who's probably 10, 15 years younger than her. People are like, I know, bro.
And
Go,
silence
girl.
the hypocrisy.
Go, girl. You do your thing. What? I'm pretty sure
It's
there were corners
insane.
where they were
was like,
hyping each other up, and I'm like, yo, bruh, listen, we need to call this for what it is, because if on TikTok last night, actually, funny enough, I saw a video of someone who, this girl posted a video, like, my boyfriend is 30 and I'm 18, and then a woman stitched it and said, oh yeah, someone should tell her that this is what a predator looks like. I'm like, you don't know where the
30 and 18.
Yeah, I'm like,
are you mad? How's that predatory?
I'm like, I get your concern, but then again, you don't know their relationship well enough to know where it's at, to know if this is if it's an adult. You can't just conclude that it is because of your experience, right? But you can say, yo, man, this is a little worrying, but I don't really know what it is, or just keep quiet. To be honest,
because it's an adult. So what? So if a 40-year-old marries a 70-year-old, is that predatory? But it would kind of be on the woman's part.
It would be because you're waiting for the nigga to die.
It would be predatory on the woman's part, to be honest.
Yeah, you're waiting for the nigga to croak and then get the money.
but definitely not on the dude's part.
No.
Right? Because with certain age, the law is the law. The law says 18, you can die in a war. You can do pornography. You can do whatever the hell you want. You are now eligible to do everything that everybody else can do.
Yep.
You are able to now make your bad choices and then suffer the consequences of those bad choices. You can't then say, oh my God, I want all these benefits, but I don't want the downside to it. You can't. You're now an adult. You have to suffer the consequences of your actions and the decisions that you make. That's what we decided as a society was acceptable. So now for you to say a 30-year-old dating an 18-year-old, he's a predator. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's the
even with the thing with Jada. I'm not saying she preyed on the
it's not praying. It's like
I'm saying
the optics are different for men than it is for women. For a woman, if she does that when dating someone younger, people typically don't, they typically like, oh, okay, cool, man, he's an adult, he's old enough, he's a man, whatnot, right? And even reports when a teacher sexually assaults a student, they say student slept with his female teacher. They don't say statutory rape. It's like, no, that is technically statutory rape. There is no way to. But if a nigga, so if a guy is to so do that, and it happens a lot, it is said the spade is called a spade. So the optics and the way it's reported are very different. To the Jada part, I'm like, nah, we need to then put this on the same level. That Augustine guy is young. He's a young dude.
Yeah.
She's Ajigama Christmas Wobo. She's been around the block, and she can't. you can't then say if what's his name? If the roles were reversed, it's different. It's the same thing. And also demeaning Will. Why are there no women standing up? Okay, there were actually. I saw some women on Instagram actually talking about the situation, saying, no, we need to stand up for this guy because it looks like he's in a really bad situation, and you can see someone when they're trapped. So you can see that this person he's trying, but he's trapped, and I think he loves his family. And I think, like what you said, Guti, he might not be talking to his.
The kids are grown, man. The kids are grown. Again, he should get over it. The kids are grown. It's like, he should move on. Give her the house. Move on with your life. You'll be better off, because I think the thing is that she's got him. She knows how valuable he is. So she's kept him in his position. So I think that's where the issue is, that she keeps him in his position. And in that way, he then,
But that's abuse, though. That's psychological abuse. Like, why is no one calling that out to be like, yo?
She's in his mind, and she's convinced him that he is not the prize and he is not the valuable.
But he's the valuable one. I mean, Will fucking Smith. Like, how more valuable do you need to be? Like, apart from him, it's Denzel Washington.
She's a witch, modern day witch.
Yeah, I'm saying apart from Will, it's Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson.
Maybe she went to like Nigeria,
Malawi,
Ghana, or somewhere,
Malawi,
got some, or Malawi, and she got some heavy juju out for the home.
Yeah, because it literally makes no sense why Will hasn't just kicked it to the curb and been like, yo, bruh, listen, it is what it is, I'm good. Like, if that Augustine stuff came out, to be honest, I know no self-respecting man who would be like, oh yeah, cool, I'm gonna come on your TV show, I'm gonna watch you defend yourself for your bullshit, right? And then I'm going to listen there and sit there and look hurt, and he was hurt, and I'm like, yo, bruh, you could have apologized, a sincere apology, to be like, man,
Yeah.
listen, I'm sorry this came out and was public. And I'm sorry I actually entertained this to the point that it became public. I want to clearly state that our relationship was like X, Y, and Z. This is something that should be nobody's business, but since it's not in the open, I want you people to know at least the facts, and I want to hear your side. How did this make you feel? And then listen to Will, because he's the victim in this situation. You dragged the
Yes,
nigga's name in the mud, and this nigga has done
bruh.
everything. What has Jada done? Jada's done fuck all, man. Like I said, the only notable thing she did was fuck Tupac, as far as the world knows. So, to be
Bruh.
honest, she handled that wrongly, and women did not drag her. Because when a nigga fucks up, the worst thing you can do as a guy, right, is boast with your friends that you drugged a girl or something. Your homies be like, nigga, what the fuck? Your homies would kick your ass and be like, no, nigga, no, you're not part of us. We do not need that. In guy society, there are very few, I think, at least the people that I know, that is not a story you can tell proudly, because everyone will kick your ass, right? But when in the women's case, where you see this nigga and you say, dude, man, it's Will Smith, man. How can you do that to a guy? And even the way she should have been cancelled months ago.
Yes.
Months ago.
But she was out here. She was out here performing a travesty, a goddamn abomination. That Matrix Reload. Matrix. What is it? Matrix 4. What was
Matrix
that called?
Resurrection. Is it Resurrection?
What
I
is
don't know.
it?
Let me.
Whatever, that abomination. But she was able to do a movie. But now Will Smith, because he slapped Chris Rock, now Bad Boys 4 had to be delayed, and now they're talking about his career being in jeopardy. She literally slept with her son's friend, right? And had no qualms about it. Went on a public platform to tell her husband how good it made her feel, and nothing happened to her. And then on top of that, she gets a joke hit at her, right, by Chris Rock about her bald head, which she herself had made a joke about before on her own social media. Then Will Smith tries to defend his wife's honor, which if you get me covered, what honor is there in defending a cucking wife? I mean, like, what honor is there? You even lose your own. You lose your own respect for trying to defend a cucking wife. Then that cucking wife, instead of being grateful, she throws you under the bus again. I mean, it's like watching Theon. It's like watching Theon. Yes, that is it. It's like watching Theon Greyjoy get abused by Ramsay over and over. At first, you're like, yeah, he deserves it. He's a bad person, and he's done bad things and things like that. But as time went on, and as things kept on going forward, eventually you start saying, like, now we've had enough. We don't want to see any more of this. Could please make it stop? So I think that's where we are now. Like, come on, guys, let's try our best to try and make it stop. Hello?